Bud's Beer Blurb, the podcast. You can catch all of our episodes on our YouTube channel. Just search at Bud's Beer Blurb and we'll pop right up. Oh, and do me a favor. Would you hit that subscribe button while you're there, please? Thank you very much. We can also be heard on rss.com, and they have a list of other podcast sites that we're on. Just pick the one you like best. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Just do that whole search at Bud's Beer Blurb again. And be sure to give us a follow while you're there. All right, let's get to the show.
We've got a really great show for you. First of all, I had the opportunity to go to Smoke in the Valley's Brewers Ball Homebrew Fest at Bad Sons in Derby, Connecticut. And even though it was raining a little bit, we had a great time. Also, a really special event for me, I was at Dead Language with Chris DeGracio and Sean Gore of Labyrinth Brewing. They were doing a collaboration beer, and they actually let me brew with them. That's coming right up after this. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights at the Brewers Ball.
As you can see, the festivities have kicked off. A lot of vendors here this year. And even though it's raining out, there's a lot of people. It's gonna be a good time. So, Max and Jake are a little busy with Dad Dave. Everybody's coming over here. Okay, I'm with Mark. And Mark, what is the name of your brewery?
Zur Eifel.
Zur Eifel.
Yes, so it's the region in Germany that I'm from.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's exciting right there. What did you hand me?
So this is a lambic or a lambic-inspired beer that I made. It was made over the course of 3 years. So I brewed the same beer every year for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then I blended it all together.
Oh. Wow, that's a lot of aroma. That is right in your face.
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful. Let's give it a taste.
Very traditional. So for the lambic beers out of Brussels area, traditional sour style beer.
Wow. Dude, that is fabulous.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Shit, are you drinking the lambic?
Yeah.
Because I saw the color.
Yeah.
The lambic is fucking out of this world.
Look, dude. You're on a podcast.
Holy shit. Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. But also, the lambic is fucking amazing.
See? There you have it. You're right from the horse's mouth. This is fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Mark.
Hey, thank you very much.
Okay, I'm with Beth from Happy Trails. And Beth, what did you hand me?
So this is my Czech Dark Lager.
Okay.
So this is an award-winning beer. I won a New England Regional Homebrew Competition last week for my table, second place. It is a nice roasty, not overly, but you get the characteristics of the yeast from being a lager.
Ooh, yeah.
Really clean drinking, but at the same time, it has a nice malt backbone.
All right. I'm going to give it a taste. Oh man, I can see why it's an award-winning beer. Roasty, toasty, nice. Fantastic.
Think it's okay?
Thank you, Beth. That is fabulous. Fabulous. Woo! Watch out for this one. I'm with William from Four Walls, and I'm being told that your blonde coffee stout is the one to have.
It is. It's made with Tahuti coffee from Alta Brewing.
Okay.
And they're based in Arlington, Mass. And they make really good coffee.
Okay.
He used to be a brewer, so we came up with the type of coffee we wanted to use for it. So it's made with blackberry jam notes.
Whoa.
You get a little bit of peach and a little bit of molasses, and it's made. The whole thing is all the flavor from in the south is from the coffee.
Okay.
It sits on the coffee for 24 hours, and then whole beans, and then it's good to go.
I gotta try this. Oh my God.
There you go. Let me know what you think. You get all the notes on there.
Let's give it a taste. Wow. There's layers of flavor.
Layers. You get all the fruit notes. You get the coffee and the base beer.
And yet, at the same time, it's light.
Very light. It's only 5%.
Yeah, it does not overtake the palate at all. It just glides across. Oh, that's fabulous.
The last beer festival I was at with, like this,
I believe it.
I was going to bring that cake down here. I had to rebrew it for this festival. So
awesome. I love it. Good job, man.
Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, it's great to meet you.
Great to meet you, too.
You got to watch out for these homebrewers, man. They're going to take over soon.
I spent most of the day with my friends at Growler Power. This is me pouring a beer from it. Yeah, delicious.
I have Jill here. She is the general manager of Bad Sons. Jill, how has today been?
It's been fantastic. Even with the rain and everything, everyone still showed up. Everyone's having a great time here.
Yeah, it's been a lot of people here. I'm really surprised. I guess if you drink enough beer, you don't care about the rain?
Yeah, who cares? It's still a fun time. Rain is great drinking weather.
I've known this lady for a little while. We've met quite a ways back. I'm so happy that she is now the general manager here. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
We're going to be hanging out together pretty soon, May 4th, right?
May 4th.
Nice. All right. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Okay, you're about to see highlights from an entire brew day with a collaboration between Sean of Labyrinth Brewing and Chris of Dead Language Brewing. They're brewing a steam beer, and they actually let me brew with them.
Okay, it's brew day here at Dead Language with Chris and Sean. And guys, what are we doing today?
So today we're doing a steam beer, collaboration between Labyrinth and I. Something we've wanted to do for a while, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
And can you explain what a steam beer is?
So steam beer was made famous by Anchor Steam way back when in San Francisco. Kind of like a hybrid lager, let's say a lager fermented at higher temperatures. Little caramely, little minty woody, but very, very drinkable.
This is the perfect guy to do this kind of a beer, too, so I'm excited. And I appreciate you guys letting me be here today. Really do.
Nice.
All right, so the kettle's hot.
We're getting there.
We're getting there? All right, we're going to get ready to mash out.
So we can mill in, and then we'll start Skypeing this.
Perfect.
I feel like you get like a reality show kind of thing.
Right?
We could create fake conflict in the middle.
I was thinking about that. Like, we could just start throwing stuff at each other.
So this is nothing the hot water that we had in here to preheat the mesh though. So we don't get like big temperature drops while we're trying to mesh it. We'll start milling in just a moment. I'll lay down the base water, and then I'll give you the signal to start milling. And you can let Bud know why we went with American malt for the collaboration.
Tariffs.
Like in here, and it made sense.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know, we could talk about how like we went with Montana, Breeze, which is, what are they, Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Just because it's an American beer, what have you. I don't know. Use your discretion.
Yeah, you know, corn is pretty interesting too. You know, that's
yeah, there you go.
An interesting tidbit on there. So, yeah, that is cool.
All right, so I'm going to lay down the base water. I'll give you the signal to start milling.
You turn everything on from up there on the
Yeah.
system? Okay.
So with the mill, when I tell you to mill in, you'll flip that up,
Yep.
and then the switch for the mill is right on the
Right
wall.
there. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
And yeah, we'll do the caramel malt and the biscuit and the maize in between. Finish it off with more Tiro.
Perfect.
Some insane fucking batteries that they don't even like make anymore.
Really?
So then I'm trying to figure out where to source these things. It's like $60 a battery. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Okay, they're starting the milling process now. Hey, Sean's feeding it into the mill. Going up that pipe right there. It's coming through the pipes up here to where Chris is at.
So we're milling in right now. Just starting.
Wow.
So it's just going to add a little bit of color to it.
Yeah, I'll say.
A really small amount.
Sean's putting in a specialty malt right at the moment. Then I'll be putting in this nice dark green. Look at that. Add some color to the brew.
I don't know. I have no idea why.
Yeah, I wonder if it's got the guard on top. Sort of
Yeah.
can't really stick their hand in there or something, I mean, we're fun in that, but, but yeah, I'm surprised. Like, I feel like, a small room, just throwing dust, you probably end up wearing a mask.
Oh, yeah. So we're going with kind of like a moderate water profile. We're not trying to make it too dry. We're not trying to make it too malty or sweet. The nice thing about like really good steam beers or California Commons is that they're incredibly drinkable while having a nice, smooth caramel toffee kind of like a profile to it. So we want to capture a lot of that toffee caramel sweetness, but we also want to make it supremely drinkable. So we're going for not too dry, not too malty, somewhere right in between. And we're going for a water profile that's going to not feel too full, but also just be moderately crisp. So we're going to go in right now. We're just about done with the mash, just about mashing in. It's going to sit for about an hour. We're going for a single infusion mash. We're not trying to do steps or anything like that. The grain is already very well modified as is. So we'll go with a simple 60-minute infusion, do our recirc, and then we'll transfer it over to the kettle.
And how long's the boil going to be?
Boil's going to be about an hour. We're going to be using our Northern Brewer hops throughout the process. We want to get everything we can out of those Northern Brewer hops, that like woody, minty, piney, herbal essence. So we're going to be using some for the bittering addition, and then we're going to be peppering it in throughout the flavor and later on the whirlpool additions.
And what's the temp going to be on this?
So we're aiming for about 152. Again, we don't want it to be too dry because we want to retain some of that drinkability, some of that maltiness. We don't want it to be too sweet, again, for drinkability. So we're going right in between.
Sean, do you concur?
I concur.
There.
Yep.
Open up the recirc arm. So the one that's like kind of like half closed. Yep. And open up the one on the left side. And follow that up the copper tree to where it says City Water In. And open that guy up. And we'll fill it up to near the top, but not quite.
Okay. Blood work.
Wow.
I mean, that's mostly what brewing is. It's cleaning.
You're right? That is not the first brewer that has told me that.
Glorified janitor.
You're half chef and half janitor.
So we're using Northern Brewer hops, American Northern Brewer hops. So this is what makes a steam beer a steam beer. Anchor's been doing it forever. It's kind of like one of the characteristics. So you get like a minty, woody, herbal note from it. Kind of like fresh pine, fresh mint. And that's one of the defining characteristics. So it's almost like kind of like an American pale ale lager hybrid we're making. Yep, very fresh. See some of the pellets there.
Yeah. Just want to get a good whiff of this. Oh, that's nice. Letting the CO2 out of the tank.
Get some of that spicy air.
Man. Here's why you keep spraying. Gotta get all that out of there. It's like a baby diaper. Okay, we got you on your hands and knees here. You are getting the salt ready.
Yeah, we're doing our sparge salts. So to keep that water profile I was talking about before, where we're not too full, not too dry, we have to make sure we're putting the right amount of salts in at different times to make sure that that water profile stays consistent.
Beautiful. I'll get that one.
Oh.
I really want.
Yeah, careful
with
that.
There's chemicals in there.
Yeah, don't feel like getting caustic in my eyes.
That's always important if you bargain for it, you know.
All right. Now they're setting up the hoses for
And
the
then
transfer.
the other end will hook up right to the valve, and then the short hose will just run to the bottom. Did you get the flip on camera? The tri-clamp flip? That's the most impressive thing ever. The mark of a seasoned brewer is being able to flip the tri-clamp in like one click.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw that. I'm like, I gotta work on that. I'm not in this industry until I can do that.
Why are you backing up like that, Sean? I mean, you turned it on and backed up real quick.
I'm backing up just because you're heating up a cold tank, so you can get some blowback.
Yeah.
And that's not the kind of shit I'm into. So.
Nice. And I run them each for like about 5-7 minutes or so.
You run what?
I run each cycle. I mean, like the CIP, I might run for like
15?
Not even.
Okay.
Usually after like 7 minutes, it's more than done. And then for the other arms, I'll do maybe like 3 to 5.
Okay.
All right, what do we got going on?
So right now we're running our Vorlauf. Vorlauf is basically like a recirc when you're recirculating your mash. So you're doing that because you've essentially mashed in, your grain bed has settled, but you need to take the wort that's on the bottom, move it back up to the top and filter it. So the best way to filter it is to run it back through the grain bed, back over the top and through again. So you end up with clear wort going to the kettle.
Right.
That way you don't have too much protein that might add astringency or otherwise gunk up your kettle.
Right, so you're basically using the mash as the filter.
Exactly.
Beautiful. What happened?
I need longer fingers.
The music is making this clip, Sean. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah. I really prefer ugly kid jokes.
This is the...
I think the music's putting them to sleep.
We want the audience to really feel the emotion. Just added our sparge salts. We're about to start our runoff. So essentially, we stopped our Vorlauf, and now we are going into our kettle. We're going to be adding our first wort hops in a second. We do first wort hopping because it helps mellow some of the bitterness, and it actually takes some of those oils that are in the hops and carries them through to the flavor as well. Nice. So it's something we do for all of our beers.
Oh, look how dark that is. That is gorgeous.
1.25 pounds, 15, 2 pounds at 0. So the whirlpool.
Yeah.
We can scale these back or up or whatever you want, but it's sitting at, we're aiming for around like 5%, 5.2% ABV, and about 40 IBUs in that range.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, we wouldn't change anything about that.
Cool.
Yeah. Perfect. Easy peasy.
So if you want, we got the scale there, we got the hops here, and you'll measure out 1.25 pounds.
And she's weighing out 1.25 pounds of.
Yeah, 1.25 pounds of our first wort hops, the Northern Brewer. And try not to toss them in the center, kind of like toss them off to the left if possible. Yeah, just like give them a sprinkle. And then if you have any left in there, you can give it a little spray with some water, swirl it, and dump it back in. Through the gas arm, then the racking arm, then the CIP arm, then we'll run cold water through it. So I'll throw the pump on.
How we graded it?
What's up?
How we graded it?
That's a great question. Yeah, let's grab, I mean, this guy will do right here. The lever at the bottom of the HLT, like almost like behind to the left.
Yep.
That one you can leave. It's like down at the bottom towards where Charlie is. There you go.
Yeah.
You'll shut that off. And you'll open the valve coming from the copper. So go down, open up that valve at the bottom of that.
Here.
Up.
This.
Yeah, that guy. And now open up the city water slowly. And then open up your HLT valve. There you go. And we can just let that run. Oh, it's... As you can see, when you open that up, the valves just start, like, leaking.
Yeah.
I usually let that run for a little bit to cool the tank down, and...
You doing the removal of any parts prior to parasitic? Are you...
Wait, what's up?
What are you doing with the parts prior to parasitic? Are you putting them on the tank? Are you...
Oh, so with that, I'll drain it, I'll rinse everything off so it's clean, and then I'll put them back in the bucket, and then that way the parasitic goes back in there, yep. Here's the recipe if you wanted to see it.
Up nicely.
Oh yeah, what are you guys making? Oh.
And still sparging.
So right now, all of our wort is in the kettle. We've added our first wort hops at the beginning, coming up to a boil, and we're going to do a quick little whirlpool just to homogenize everything and make sure we're within spec with our readings. Now we're just checking our gravity to see the how close we are to actually hitting our target. So this little machine is pretty cool. It's an Anton Par, and allows us to check digitally to see what our numbers are.
And it's attached to your phone?
Exactly.
Bluetooth?
So
Cool.
we're going to... Beautiful. So we're looking for 11.9. We're actually at 11.7,
Nice.
which is great because after we boil, it's going to be even higher,
Right.
which we can then dilute and get more volume at the trade of
Right.
hitting our target. So very good.
So they're repitching yeast right now. Sean is adding that to the fermenter. Now, is that all you're going to need, Sean, for that? Or do you have to add more yeast to it?
No, that'll be all we need. The yeast will actually propagate at the beginning of fermentation as well, too. So, hey,
All right, we're going to grain out.
Yep, you got the shovel right here. Just be careful
Yeah, the first
where that's
batch.
going around you.
Yeah, this goes everywhere, huh? This one goes everywhere.
Yeah. Some of it's going to get on the floor. It's not a big deal.
It's inevitable. Hang on for a second. A second. Okay, Sean.
How's it looking?
Getting there. Stuff way in the back. Stuck.
Just gonna sneak behind it. And then we can also do after that in the same edition. There's.
I already forgot. There's 1 pound.
It should be 1 1/4. So 1 pound 4 ounces. How much is left? Is it like almost empty?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just a little bit in the back there.
Oh, if you want, Sean, you could spray the walls with this.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Oh, and then you can also drop the blade down. That'll get the shit off the sides. So the if you rotate it,
last little bit will be coming out in a minute.
So right now we're right in the middle of our boil. We did our first Squirt Hop edition. We're going to be doing a 15-minute edition for flavor. Another whirlpool, so we get some of that woody, minty, piney flavor into the beer.
Okay.
And then we're going to start knocking out after that.
Beautiful. Hey, we're moving right along. Next edition of hops. Like a pro, it's almost like you know what you're doing. Whoa, there it is. Pro tip.
That's our original. That's our first landlord that really screwed us.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
But you're getting this, right?
Yeah. You're still chuckling, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
Not showing that on camera. That's what
No. I meant you're hooking up hoses. What do you got going on, Chris?
Right now is Vic is hooking up the hose from the HLT to the heat exchanger, and then we're going to put hot water through the heat exchanger and heat kill everything in there just to make sure we're 100% sanitized.
I think we should have this young lady introduce herself.
I'm Victoria.
Victoria, and you used to brew with Labyrinth, correct?
Yes.
So you're just like at home right now brewing.
Yes.
Nice. All right.
All right, so I'll put the HLT on, and then
Do we want this hose hooked up and go back to the
if you could unhook from the tank, put that end on the heat exchanger, and the other end with the valve, you can just open and point towards the drain. It's going to be, that one you can close. Thank you. And
things are happening now.
Okay, now you can open that up, and then open this up, and then open up the heat exchanger outlet. There you go. And nice. And then we'll take the oxygen hose and hook it into here where the aeration stone is. And then we're going to take this guy, hook it there. I kind of drape it over there, and then you can open up the aeration stone. And then once we come up to temp in a little bit, you can like choke this back to get some flow through there. And Sean, do you want to get the final hop weight?
Yeah.
That'll be 2 pounds in this guy.
Two more pounds of the Northern Brewery hop.
Is it ready?
Chris, so what's going on?
So Vicky, we're going to try to do open fermentation here. So in the style of a steam beer. We're going to try to do open fermentation to increase ester production.
Do I hand that down?
Oh, 0. So we're going to open ferment this in a way to let it off gas naturally, increase ester production, give it less stress, and see what it could do for us.
Fascinating.
We have another spray bottle.
Yep.
That is fascinating. I've never seen anybody do that before.
Yeah, that's cool. That'll definitely weigh it down.
Yeah. Awesome job.
My help if this was open.
There we go.
Like something else isn't open here. Yeah.
Here you go. So what temp do you guys want to ferment at? Like 63, 65, 67, 93?
You know, I'd say 60.
What temp?
That's a 63.
63?
Yeah. Yeah, it just feels right. Yeah. 6 is the visible, like 3.
It's always 3.
Yeah. It all makes sense then.
So we're knocking out into the tank right now. Vicky was up top doing the getting everything set up for open fermentation. We decided to knock out at 63 degrees, and then we'll do a derest a little bit higher. Anything, Ted?
I want a lot to add, you know. I'm just here for decoration.
Wow, he's the arm candy?
The eye candy.
Wow. And that's the end of the brew day. Hey, gentlemen, thank you so much for letting us be a part of this.
Thank you for being here.
Awesome. All right, I'm Buzz from Buzz Beer Blurb, and this was Brewing at Dead Language, and I had a great day. Thanks, fellas.
Well, that wraps up this episode, but I want to thank you for joining us, and I hope you'll join us for episode 21, coming out very soon. I'm Bud, Bud's Beer Blurb, the podcast.